the opening vistas of space promise high costs as well as high reward. We set sail on this new sea because there is new knowledge to be gained. The exploration of space is one of the great adventures of all time. And we mean to be a part of it. We mean to lead it.
Damn it. Do we have to get up already?
I love you too, baby. But yeah, we should probably get going.
Return of the Interceptor broke box office records with its release.
I see you wearing that neuro amp. Don't try any of that mind control voodoo on me.
It doesn't control your mind. Neuroamps just enhance my capabilities.
Having a good one?
People get so paranoid about that.
It's a pleasant change of scenery.
Okay, we should probably talk. About your role here.
Yes, Your Eminence.
I need to ask you some questions.
Of course. I'm an open book. Read me, write me, listen to me on your preferred electronic device. It's all fine.
Tell me about yourself.
Oh, I'm not that interesting. I like coffee, I like tea, and I like worshiping the ground you walk on. Well, you technically don't walk. Angels tend to glide.
How do you know so much about me?
Well, for one, your triumph on Vectra was all over the news. But I believe that's only the beginning. The first chapter in a 437-book anthology documenting your greatness. It's only a matter of time before they start writing it. I'll be counting the seconds until they do. 1001, 1002.
You don't... I mean... Are you interested in me?
Oh, don't worry. My love for you is completely platonic. Unbreakable? Yes. Unyielding? Absolutely. Romantic? Oh God, no. I would never sully something so pure with something so ordinary.
Okay. And about this fandom of yours?
Oh no, that sounds ominous.
You should really have other interests besides me. It's probably healthier.
Or I could stand beside you and make you my chief interest. That sounds much better.
We'll talk about that. You know what? Never mind. Carry on.
Oh, good. For a second, I thought you were about to say something mean. Which would completely knock over the giant pedestal I've placed you on.
Just stay, out of people's way, I guess. Alright.
Where are we going? What are we doing? What's next for me and you?
We'll see how it works out. Or if it doesn't. What is on the agenda? Right. I suppose that should have been delivered by now. Well, let's go follow our leads.
Let's put this bird into space. Looks peaceful from up here, doesn't it? Must have been a good jump. We're still in one piece. Drop their shields. Enemy shield.
Already got him bracketed.
Landing struts primed. Retros firing.
Definitely going out the back.
These mechs were some of the deadliest instruments of war created by mankind. It's a relief that they've been outlawed by the Armistice.
We'll have to talk later about your time in the war. If you feel up to it. I don't want to bring up bad memories, but we haven't ever talked about that kind of specifics. If you were part of that kind of fighting. Looks like this place has been abandoned for long enough that nothing's landed here recently. Well, at least not on those pads. Might be the only pad that's been used is the one we landed at. Could be a good sign.
Either this place was evacuated or something's gone horribly wrong.
Yeah.
Paxton Hull, commanding officer of the 1st. Marshal Blake must be getting desperate sending a lone deputy out here. But I'll give credit where it's due. You're a hell of a pilot. If you came here seeking justice, it's waiting for you inside.
Nothing says obvious trap like an obvious trap. They obviously know we're here. That doesn't mean I have to go in the front door. At least not until I figure out if that's the only door in. Damn. Looks like it. All right then. Let's go grab the cheese. I'm sorry about this, Sarah, but I have to give them the chance. I'm going to give you one chance. If you shoot at me, that's it. There it is. gave him a chance. I didn't think anything would come of it, but I had to try. I can't imagine the reception we're going to get as we go deeper is going to be any better. I feel sorry for them. It's not their fault they were misled. Everyone makes their own choice, but, you know, some people just end up following the wrong leaders.
I'm a man of action. I've got no use for lies. So when I tell you that you're being manipulated, you know I'm telling the truth. You think the Council of Governors really cares about anything but themselves? They're greedy and corrupt. You're a tool in the hands of the unworthy, just like I once was. I was loyal. I followed orders, and I led good men and women to their deaths. I'll carry the stain of that dishonor to my grave.
The irony of the ego and the fact that he is still leading people to their deaths for no good reason. You might want to consider something a little bit more
What's happening,
powerful.
darling? Dropping off a few choice items?
Love to, but no.
I miss talking to you already.
out on the doors.
You definitely know your way around a lock.
Got at least 2, probably more. Alright, Sarah, I'm gonna start popping them off.
Oh, it's amazing that after all these years, the geothermal energy system is able to keep that smelting unit fully operational.
Well, it would appear there's been some maintenance done over the years. Though, not the kind of maintenance that they probably would have preferred.
I see you've done that before.
Many, many times. You've literally seen me do it many, many times. Hopefully Robot Friend will either take care of the any stragglers I missed and or notify me of the distraction. Forward we go.
Hope you're ready to die.
1st Cavalry was the greatest fighting force the Freestar Collective has ever seen. At the Battle of Mira, the 1st Cavalry was destroyed. Why? Because the generals got scared and asked for a truce. I've got no sympathy for cowards, or for the people who put them in power. I've also got no sympathy for those who do their bidding. And this means you.
I have sympathy for everyone I've killed so far. I might be pretty good at it, but I don't enjoy doing it. Especially since I feel like if they had just not been misled, none of us would be in this situation. I have to wonder if everyone here is even in the 1st Cav, or if some of them are just overly propagandized by an older generation that wants to get them killed. I mean, even somebody that refers to the UC as piglets still understood when it was over. Sometimes you just have to accept these things. But then if everybody accepted things like they should, we wouldn't have war. Wouldn't that be great?
Someone there? Was that you?
Mostly. Careful of our flank, Sarah.
I wonder what we'll stumble across next. That last click is so satisfying, isn't it?
It sure is. Under other circumstances, I would be feeling pretty good. Under our current situation, I just wish they would surrender. That's a big opening. I get one of two impressions. Impression one. They've never been in a real firefight before. Not a ground foot fight. Impression two. They were too reliant on their mechs. And while they might have been good at that kind of fighting, I don't think they are used to the kind of fight I'm bringing to them right now. The advantage in this fight is all mine. I really do feel bad for them. I don't even think they know how bad it is.
Looks like we're in the clear.
Oh no. Definitely not.
Smugglers would give their right arm to have a crack at those mech parts. I've heard they go for a fortune on the black market.
Yeah. I find them on ecliptic ships all the time. That and, xeno-warfare stuff. Smugglers just don't have any scruples at all. looks like the local population may have disagreed with the first Cav whatever they think they are coming back and taking this place over, which is, I guess, a good thing. Means that at least we know that the Freestar in general wasn't helping them. My mom was first Cav. I hope that isn't, if you never had any encounters with them, and she wouldn't agree with what these people are doing.
You come here seeking justice? Well, what about justice for my soldiers? Minutes away, minutes from winning the battle and the war, when the ceasefire order came down. Now there's a debt of honor, and the people who betrayed us, the people of the Freestar Collective, are going to pay.
I don't even know if I'm going to tell my mom any of this stuff. She would be sickened to know what's happened to the unit she was formerly a part of. You know, she's the reason I joined the militia in the first place. Her stories were about honor and duty, and you know, it resonated with me back in those days. After all the things I've seen and unfortunately been a part of, though, if I had it to do over, well, I'd obviously make different choices. I don't think my mom would regret anything she did, but she sure as fuck would not want to have seen her former unit
I can't
turn into
believe the
this.
scope of the operation the FC was running here. It's a miracle that the fighting ended at all.
I think my mom would have said the same thing about the UC and the Xeno projects. Every side always wants to win.
That last click is so satisfying, isn't it?
Paxton Hall seems to be driven by an ego that is unrealistic.
I'm going to end you! Hell yeah! Let's go! Take it on the first! This is gonna end badly for you. Should have given up. You've got nothing, nothing!
Gonna bury you, scab!
Careful, Sarah. Scanners say that everything's done, but you never know. Still alive, huh? Got anything to say?
I can't believe it. You just took on some of the best mercenaries in the Freestar Collective and cut right through them. If we'd have had more like you in the war, we could have planted our flag in New Atlantis.
If there were more like me in the war would have ended sooner, and not the way you think. The war ended a long time ago.
Not the way it should have. Of course, I can't expect you to understand what we sacrificed, what we lost. You don't know what it's like to look around and see the faces of warriors who trusted you to lead them as they die screaming. I watched brave men and women torn limb from limb by monsters. I saw mech pilots cooked alive in their cockpits as their machines burned. Those deaths didn't have to be meaningless, but spineless leaders gave up on us, even when victory was within our grasp.
We've both seen our share of hell. It's whether or not we allow those awful memories to consume our souls that defines who we are.
You have no right to judge me!
You think hurting innocent people will avenge your fallen soldiers? Do you think any of this right here was worth it? You piece of shit?
Innocent?
Nobody is innocent while they allow corrupt leaders to take control. The Freestar Collective has lost its way. The dream that we fought for died a long time ago.
You should have died with that dream. Your dream was just more conflict. No more stalling. You're gonna tell me everything.
You really want to know? Because you might not like the answer. Last chance, Deputy. You can walk away right now and remain blissfully ignorant, thinking you fight for a noble cause. But if you still want the truth, I'll shatter that illusion for you right now.
I'm not under any illusions. How do I know you'll be even telling the truth?
Because I can prove it. You'll see.
Well, quit stalling. I won't ask again.
You won't have to. Not long after I started the first, I was contacted by a man who said he represented someone wealthy and influential. I refused to work for a shadow client, so he agreed to set up a meeting. Imagine my surprise when Ron Hope showed up. He offered me a lucrative contract to take possession of certain farms throughout Freestar space.
That's quite an accusation.
And how did the stolen Hope-Tech ships tie into all of this?
To keep the Rangers off the Sen. Hope wanted to hit a lot of places quickly and finish whatever he was doing before word spread. We needed another ship to meet his timetable, so he gave us the intel necessary to steal one from his factory. It also let him play the victim and keep suspicion to a minimum.
Well, that backfired. What was so special about the farms?
All I know is that after we cleared the place out, Hope was sending in some kind of machinery. Our job was to make sure nobody saw the operation.
And for your part, all you saw was a chance to get revenge on the Freestar Collective.
The credits were good, but yeah, getting some payback was the real reward.
Was it worth it, Hull? Do you think you even accomplished anything?
You think I've lost? Is that it? I haven't lost. You go find Ron Hope and tell him what I've told you. Then you can deal out whatever justice you see fit. You do your job, and I get one last piece of vengeance against the Council.
If what he says is true, then there's no question Ron Hope has to answer for what he's done.
I'm bringing you in.
Don't bother.
We're trying to take you in quietly. Violence is not the answer, Major.
I'm gonna make this easy for you, Deputy. I'm gonna die the way I lived. Weapon in hand, no compromise, no fear. But first, here, take this. Use it to cut out the weakness rotting at the heart of the Freestar Collective. When the next war comes, and it will come, the Collective needs to be strong. Now my unit's waiting for me, and I'm gonna report for duty one last time.
Don't do it.
Goodbye, Deputy.
You don't have to do it. God damn it.
I'm sure they had something we can use.
Nobody ever just gives up. Even when they've lost. I suppose that's to be expected from someone who wouldn't accept the loss in the first place. Whole point of what was happening here.
Oh, I hope there's something valuable here.
Fuck it.
Looks like there hasn't been anyone here for some time.
I have a feeling there won't be anyone here for a long time after either.
All right, let's get this crate into space.
Hey! No, you're right. It is a crate. But it's my crate. It's our crate. And I wouldn't have it any other way.
All right, let's see what's out there. We're locking into orbit now. Switching over to standard engines.
Welcome to Freestar Space. We're gonna do a quick scan for contraband, and you can be on your way. All right, that's it. Welcome to Hopetown.
Landing site locked. Take us in.
Well, let's go see what Ron Hope has to say. I would imagine not the truth. Looking good, Amelia. Or if he does spout the truth.
Oh my god, I'm literally following in your footsteps right now. It's so cool.
I bet there's a bullshit justification. Or some excuse that he's gonna claim as his justification. Either way, have your weapon ready. Nobody ever surrenders. I'm about to go do something that you're probably not gonna like. One way or the other, you'll hear about it.
I don't want to hear any complaints.
Keep an eye on your valuables if you can't protect your own.
Something you might be interested in.
What do you got for me,
I'm
Sarah?
here for you, my love. I thought you'd never ask. Here.
Thank you for the flower. I love you.
Maybe if you're lucky, we'll talk again later.
We'll see.
You walk the factory floor? It's impressive stuff.
Just going to see your boss.
Certainly embodies the saying, "They're spared no expense."
would be dust except for the factory.
That's very generous, Mr. Hope.
It's well earned, Birgit. We set some ambitious quotas. You met every one of them.
Well, I won't pretend it was easy, but everyone pulled together and we got it done.
I'll let you share the good news, whenever and however you like.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
Be ready, Sarah. Mr. Hope, we're gonna have a talk.
Good to see you again. Well, I've just received a report from the Marshal about your progress. He said you had a promising lead on the mercenaries who stole my ship. I trust you're here with good news?
I suppose it depends on how you look at it. I learned something very interesting.
Did you now? Well, don't keep me in suspense.
Is there something you might want to tell me about hiring the First?
No. And I don't care for the insinuation.
Look, it's over, Mr. Hope. I know you hired the First.
Oh, that's one hell of an accusation, Deputy.
Don't think that my position and your position changes the facts. Are you denying that you were involved?
Don't presume to question me. You know who I am.
Don't try and use that old cliche. Look, I have the evidence that you hired this First to seize the farms.
That two-faced bastard kept the slate. Oh, I suppose this is his revenge against the Council of Governors for what happened during the war. I'm impressed, Deputy. It's clear you have a bright future ahead of you.
What's going on? What is this about, Mr. Hope?
Nothing that concerns you, Birgit. In fact, why don't you make yourself scarce?
I think I'd like to hear what the deputy has to say.
Well, start talking.
The cards are on the table. So why not? The truth is, we've been falling behind the competition. Significantly so. We needed solutions. A few years ago, I began to diversify. We started to research chemicals, fuel, those sort of things. We developed an experimental fertilizer. And it failed utterly. It wiped out entire crops. I was prepared to write the whole thing off when we made a discovery that changed everything. Turns out, our fertilizer was transforming the soil, bolstering its mineral content tenfold.
So you use the farmers to transform the soil into more minerals?
Mining is expensive, and so is the cost of raw materials. My mineral-enriching fertilizer solves several problems at once. The farmers provide free manual labor, and once the land is ready, we move in to extract and process the soil.
So those farmers poisoned themselves, and you ended up reaping profits. How can you even live with yourself?
It's nothing personal. It's just good business. I don't expect you to understand.
It's not good business. You were using the First to seize the farmland and keep your operation a secret. You destroyed lives just to turn a profit.
Look, I'll level with you. We're falling behind the competition.
That's not an excuse.
The hardworking people of this town depend on me for their livelihoods, and I won't let them down. Cutting my costs means saving their jobs.
No.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. How could you do something so awful to innocent people, to families?
Not another word out of you, Birgit. I can take your job. And more. We'll discuss this later. In any case, I suppose the gig is up. I give you my word that I'll call off the operation and return the land to its rightful owners.
Oh, you think that's it? And all the people you hired your muscle to kill? What about them?
You're right, of course. Something must be done. I'll set up a fund to handle funeral expenses and take care of any surviving family members. We'll do this the right way. I give you my word.
Your sense of reality is so skewed. You thought that's what I meant? That's not enough. You're going away, Ron.
You're right. Yeah, those families deserve to be compensated for the inconvenience.
Wow.
Well, perhaps a discount on their next purchase from Hope Tech.
You're seriously turning an apology into a business pitch. That's disgusting.
With that resolved, let's talk about you.
Resolved?
As a member of the Council of Governors, I'm authorized to award you a substantial bonus. And of course, we'll both agree to forget about my little cost-cutting endeavor.
You're going to turn yourself in, and I'll be telling the Marshal everything.
Well, let's not be too hasty, Deputy. There's something else you need to consider. I'll do what's necessary to protect my company and my employees. If you tell anyone about this, you're risking their livelihoods. Do you really want to put all these people out of work and make their families suffer?
Last excuse that anyone ever gives is, oh, I'm putting this on your head. That's not how this works, Mr. Hope. You made all those farmers suffer for the exact same... You're just an asshole. Don't try to put this on me.
Well, I'm afraid there's no avoiding it. The past can't be changed, but the future is very much in your hands, Deputy. You put me away, and this company will fall apart. You'll have destroyed far more lives than I did. I'll make myself very plain. I won't let you jeopardize my reputation, this company, or the people who work for me. If that means you suffer an unfortunate incident at the hands of my security personnel, so be it. I'm important. You're nothing.
And there it is.
You're not actually threatening to attack a Freestar Ranger, are you?
Oh, he is.
You're a despicable man, Hope. And I hope you get exactly what you deserve.
If you refuse to come quietly, I will have to use force.
You just threatened a member of the Council of Governors.
Former.
On my authority, you're stripped of rank, declared an outlaw.
Your ego knows no bounds.
Dispose of this criminal.
Nope. No.
Anyone else?
Stop that. You're going to kill someone.
Fucking piece of shit. We still need to be cautious here, Sarah. Some people might not risk their lives. Hopefully. It's okay. We're not here to hurt you.
He tried to have you killed. I don't understand. Mr. Hope always seemed like such a good person. But everything he said about the farmers and hiring those mercenaries, it was so awful.
Are you all right?
I'm just a little in shock. I'm still not sure I understand what happened. A conspiracy to steal farmland? It's just so hard to believe. That's not the Ron Hope I know.
Unfortunately, like many people in his position, he turned out to just be another greedy bastard who put on a friendly face, but in theory, he cared about the people loyal to him, but not the people that he had to crush under his boot to get what he wanted.
The first part is true. He always looked out for us, for his employees.
Just remember, it doesn't justify what he did.
No, of course not. But there was more to him than that. He had a genuinely good side, a caring side. And now he's... You killed him.
There was no choice. I didn't want to kill him.
Nobody should ever want that. Especially when it means killing someone who meant so much to so many people. What happens to us now?
Well, I'm sure there must be a second in command.
That would be Elana. Elana Nwankwo. She seems pretty capable. Maybe we'll be okay after all. I guess we'll have to figure things out. Find a path forward.
There might be some difficult days ahead, but I wish you good luck.
You'll be able to get through this, and maybe under new management, all of Ron Hope's supposed problems will find a resolution on their own. He may have just not looked for the right alternatives. Anyway, I won't bother you anymore. It's a lot to take. God, I can't believe he actually used the tried and true line, "Do you know who I am?" What a prick.
Off-worlders. Nothing ever good comes from them.
Always something good going on around here.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's always something bad, too.
Hey.
I'm sorry about the mess. You're probably already gonna tell the marshal what happened, and, you know,
You're still commuting,
that's
right?
fine.
Yeah, I'm on the list for the next spot, but who knows when that'll open up.
Hopefully the next time I see you,
Underperformance?
it
You
won't
have
be
to
under
kicked
these
out.
circumstances.
You Team C people? I've been kicking ass.
Sorry again.
You can only coast at Hope Tech for so long before management gets involved.
Even management doesn't like kicking people on the street.
In on deck.
Well, on the plus side, well, I don't know if there is a plus side. Doesn't seem to be any business that isn't dirty. I suppose you just try and keep yourself as clean as you can and take care of the dirt when you have to.
jump. Stay in orbit or jump. Your call.
Another perfect jump, just like you planned.
Approaching ship, you've entered Freestar Collective space. Maintain your current course while we scan for contraband. And that's it. Enjoy that Aquila City air.
Touching down.
Got a call, someone's power kept going out. Know what it was?
Good to see you.
Oh, Marshall, have I got a report for you?
Good to see you back safe, Deputy. What's the word on the mech factory? Were the mercenaries hiding out there?
I guess, you're getting this report straight from me for the first time. Your guess was right on the money. It was their base.
I take it that they weren't too much trouble for you, given that you're standing here. Did you find out why the First was taking over farms?
Unfortunately, it was part of Ron Hope's plan to save his company.
Wait a damn minute. You're saying Ron Hope was behind this whole thing?
Are you really that surprised? Hope's always had a reputation as a man who'd do anything to succeed.
He's on the damn council, Emma.
so he can make laws favorable to his business interests. Sure, he's known to look after his people, but do you really think he gives a damn about some farmers on Montara Luna?
Did Hope explain his motives at all?
Something about supplying farms with an experimental fertilizer that ruined the farms and increased his mineral content.
That has a familiar ring to it.
I recall hearing about some Hope Tech initiative to help farmers. At the time, I just figured it was a PR stunt. Seems a little more sinister now.
Please, tell me you've got some evidence to back up these extraordinary claims.
Well, aside from Ron Hope's direct instructions for Paxton, also, he admitted it. Not that, you know, that matters now.
All right, let's see what you've got. Interesting. Yeah, this is pretty damning. Especially this last bit about destroying the slate. And you confronted Hope about this?
I hoped he would turn himself in, but he tried to have me killed. It was his last mistake.
You almost sound pleased with yourself. Well, you shouldn't be. This is going to send shockwaves throughout the Freestar Collective. If the people can't trust their leaders, anarchy could follow.
Have a little faith, Daniel. We're not the United Colonies. One bad apple won't spoil the whole damn barrel.
Easy for you to say. You ain't the Marshal.
Not yet, but you ain't gonna live forever, old man.
While we've got you here, there's one last piece of business to take care of. Emma, would you please?
With pleasure, Marshal. When you first joined us, I told you that you'd undergo an evaluation process. There's one thing left to do. A simple question. Do you feel ready to wear the badge of a full-fledged Freestar Ranger?
I'll be honest, I'm not entirely sure, but after what I've been through, I guess I'm ready.
In that case, I won't hold you back any longer. Marshal, I approve the deputy for advancement to the rank of Ranger.
Thank you, Ranger Wilcox. In your time serving as a deputy, you've shown exceptional courage, fearless tenacity, and a high regard for the safety of our citizens. By the authority granted to me by the Council of Governors, I hereby promote you to the rank of Ranger. Here's your badge. Wear it with pride. But don't forget the solemn responsibility it represents.
Thanks to my own personal biases against the Freestar Collective, I was skeptical when you originally accepted the appointment. But seeing you in this moment, I have to admit that I am bloody proud of you. Well done.
Well, thank you for having faith in me, Sarah. You're the vote of confidence that I want more than anything. I guess I'll try to be worthy of the title.
I know you will, Ranger. Let's hear it for our new Ranger.
Well done.
Great job, Ranger!
Well,
Congratulations.
Thank
the
you,
promotion's well earned.
A ranger's work is never truly done.
alright, well,
People joke, say those Varun zealots worship a snake. Let me tell you, it ain't a snake. It's some kind of celestial. They call it.
would you care to join me in washing off the dirt of this last mission? I sure wouldn't mind your company.